And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go. And today's starter, Kevin Gossman. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
And now, Colton Cowser trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Fastball in for a strike, and we are underway. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-1.
Second pitch of the game, it was a good one, but doesn't get the strike call. We'll see how this umpire zone shapes up today.
Right side, and foul ball.
That's ball two.
That's towards center. Lucas hauls it in, and there's one away. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
Adley Rutschman in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. That one finds the corner, and it's 1-1.
Ball two.
1 out, bases empty. High fly ball out towards left center. Santander sizes this one up, and there's 2 down. Two outs, bases empty. And next for the Orioles, Jordan Westburg.
Let's go, Kevin.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. And that one fouled off. 2 outs, bases empty. Foul ball, still 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. And now the Blue Jays will get their initial shot. No score. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, and on the mound now, Charlie Morton. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
And that misses. And now 2-0. On the ground to third. Slings it across, and Bichette is retired. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Just missed. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
One down, base is empty. Foul ball. The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Misses inside, and a count now 2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And a swing and a miss there. Man at first, one away. That one outside. 3-1 now.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And 2 away now. Here's Andres Jimenez. Out towards right center field. O'Neill getting an angle on it. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. Through an inning, no score here on the show. All set for the start of the inning. Digging in, Ryan O'Hearn.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Lucas makes the grab, one down. Here's Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill getting the start in right, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he was born in Canada. Foul ball there. Gosman. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. That's to third. Fires over to Guerrero, and O'Neill is retired.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Breaks his bat, pops it up. Fires over to Guerrero, and they get Mullins for the out. That's the third out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Bottom of the second, and now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Morton back to work.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop.
Line drive, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
And the batter is George Springer. Right through there for a strike. No score here in the second. And now it's even up. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson is some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
Runner on the go. Ground ball up the middle. Off balance feed. There's one. Relay to first. Double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Here's the third baseman, Will Wagner. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
0-1's the count.
Two down, nobody on. Slapped foul. misses, nope. And it's 1-2.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for you moving forward, but it can also open up that location in the future if the umpire thinks there's a chance that he missed it.
And that's in the dirt. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Down in order go the Blue Jays. We'll move to the third with no score. Back now in Toronto. And now the first baseman, Ryan Mountcastle. And there's the strike. Fought off foul. The pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's the 0-2. Ball one there.
Ball. 2-2 to count.
That one misses, and it's 3-2. And that one lifted in the air center field. Lucas under it, brings it in. One away. Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And that's in there for strike one. And ball one. And down on strikes. 2 gone.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Jorge Mateo now. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
0-1.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Makes the catch, inning over. 9 straight retired here to start the game. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now, Nathan Lucas. First pitch just misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. That one gets down for a hit. And a good start to the inning. And here is Alan Roden. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Lucas on at first. Nobody out. Next offering is downstairs.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
No strike.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Runner at first with no outs here. Three-two now.
Calling this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Bo.
Bo Bichette in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Mullins. And there's one down. Bo Bichette up to the dish. 0 for 1 so far.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Swing and a foul straight back. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4.
Out.
To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, they had the chance at turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the ball as he tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now 1 for 1 with a single so far. Outside corner, there's a strike. Still tied at 0, last of the third. Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to inning number 4. We're tied 0-0. As we go to the top of the 4th and into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That's in there. It's 0-1.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Fly to left his first time. And there's a ball. Fourth inning underway, no score. And that is out of play. And a foul ball. That's out to center field. Lucas makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now the third baseman, Jordan Westberg, struck out swinging his first time. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
Just missed. Off the mark there, and it's 2-1. And a slider misses down and away.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Now a chance for Tyler O'Neill. That catches the outside corner. 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Outside corner, got him looking.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Anthony Santander. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And another ball.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Late swing, foul to the left. Two now. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Way inside. Gets a piece and stays alive. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
No, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get rewarded on the call with pitches near the top of the strike zone.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Andres Jimenez. Flied to right his first time. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you've got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
That missed by a lot, and that's ball 1. Santander gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next offering upstairs. Runner on the move. Line drive, caught. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And he's already singled in this game. that's outside. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. The other way. And a base hit right there. Here's George Springer. He's 0 for 1. Just missed.
Down.
Two outs.
Hey.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Drops into the glove, and that is that. 1 left for Toronto, and we are still scoreless. Back here at Rogers Center, and now Cedric Mullins. Gosman back to work. There's a strike.
You know, these Orioles just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Jimenez throw to first. 1 away here in the 5th. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. First pitch misses.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
And that one way outside. And the count is 2-0. And that's outside.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Got the pitch that he wanted, just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open, backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. Struck out looking at his first at bat. And that's way high. Ball 1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
2-1.
And that one off the outside edge.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Whips it across. And the Orioles set down in order. Orioles held in check there. Still no score. Back now in Toronto. And now it's going to be Will Wagner. Wagner goes 5 feet 11 inches, 210 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch Watch your lips.
Next to hit, Nathan Lucas. A single his first time. Outside with a breaking ball. And another ball. Runner on the go. And that one fouled off. On a line. And it stays fair. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
He stayed close with the front side, even though he likes to go to the opposite field. If you go inside too many times, he'll make you pay.
And next for Toronto, Alan Roden. Golden opportunity right here. And that one popped to short. Mateo hauls it in, and there's one away.
Man, it's so frustrating. You got a couple of runners on. You want to try to drive in at least one run. Maybe you get a little too big with the swing. Pops out right there, and I tell you what, nobody's more frustrated with that at bat than him.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 0 for 2 in this one.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
Late swing fouled off. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Albert Suarez is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Cano getting loose as well. Second and third here. One away. Right through there, got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Oh, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You have the infield back. All you've got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, I'll still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
Now at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 for 2. In the dirt, and it's 1-0.
That's ball 2.
That one missing inside. Anthony Santander would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. And that'll load the bases.
He knew he had a little wiggle room with the open base, but now that disappears. Mistake to this next batter, and this inning might really break open.
2 outs. Bases full. Here's some real power at the plate. Anthony Santander. He is struck out, and he has walked. Oh, he hit him, and that brings home a run.
Definitely a problem with the release point there, and it just comes back to bite them. They're going to get away from you at times, but you just can't let it happen with the bases loaded. That's a painful RBI for the hitter.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That's all for Charlie Morton, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Albert Suarez.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game. Well, that's the absolute worst time to lose control of your mechanics. Watching the runner trot in from third feels like just salt in the wound.
Jimenez in the box now. Takes strike one.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Misses outside. One ball, one strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Last half of inning number 5. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next offering misses down and away.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Lucas on third. Guerrero at second. Santander on at first with 2 down. That one misses, and it's a full count. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Cowser settles under this one, makes the grab, and that is the inning. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6 at the plate. Jorge Mateo. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
The 0-2.
That's a ball.
And just misses with that one.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Colton Cowser. Yeah, that's fouled off. Fastball for a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Adley Rutschman. Two down, nobody on, and it's fouled away.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. Oh, nice play. To his knee, the throw, and they get the out.
Well, that's cat-like reflexes over there at the hot corner. Nice job of making that play and ending the inning.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Makes the catch for the out.
Up next for the Blue Jays, designated hitter, George.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Pitch misses.
That's out.
1-0. That's ripped to right down the line. Could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. The throw in.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
1 out. Runner at second. Here's the third baseman, Will Wagner. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Inside move to second, and
He's
Springer's in there
safe.
safely. 1 out and a runner at second. And there's a foul ball. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Up and in, and the count is 1-2.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
On the ground. To first, safe. And runners at the corners after the infield single. So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. That clips the corner. Check swing, and he went 0-2 now.
0-2. Ball 1.
In the dirt. To second, and he's out. Two outs and a runner at third here in the bottom of the 6th. Set down on strikes. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. So it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 6 full. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the third baseman, Jordan Westberg.
Third baseman, Jordan Westberg.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
0-1's the count.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Puts it in the air out towards left center. One up, one down.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Brendan Little up and throwing. Garcia getting cranked up as well. That to right. Roden has a beat on it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with a mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
O'Neill now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That one missed. Two outs. Breaking ball misses down and away. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Wagner pulls it down, and that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Bottom of the 7th, and now the right fielder, Alan Roden. And that skips in the dirt. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Gregory Soto, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Dominguez warming up as well. Line drive and foul ball.
Ball 2. You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Way out front for strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. O'Neill makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Off the plate,
outside.
And that is ball 1. To third, Westberg. And Bichette is retired.
Now batting, the first baseman,
2 down, bases empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Not
Ball
even
one, no
close
strike.
there. And that's ball 1. Pop foul out of play off to the right. There's a swing and a drive. And it looks like trouble. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 in this one. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. And he grounds one back up the middle. Dives and he can't hang on. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
He was all over that one. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Kerr up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Cut on and lifted in the air. Brings it in. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Blue Jays strand 3, but they still lead it 1-0. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brendan Little.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
And into the box for Baltimore, Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins.
That misses. Ball 1. Activity in the bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the closer of this staff, is getting loose to finish this one off. The 1-0. And downstairs.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
And another ball.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Ryan Mountcastle in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. In for a strike. 3-1. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Center field. Lucas under it. And there's one down.
First baseman, Ryan.
And next for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. Pitches in there. Strike 1. On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in a ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
Now it's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And that is in for a strike. 0-1. That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
And the batter now, Jorge Mateo. Just missed. Trying to hold a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the eighth. To the left side, but it is well fouled. So the tying run at second, and that's down and away. And that is downstairs. Ball three. Colton Cowser in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Holliday on at second with two down. Ground ball right side. Jimenez tosses to first, and that is that. No runs, one hit, a double, no errors, and one man left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Gregory Soto.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Right side, hard hit. Steps on first for the out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Third baseman, Will Wagner.
Here's the third baseman, Will Wagner. Soto, a 6'1 lefty, 30 years old now, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swings through that one for strike one. Activity in the bullpen for Baltimore. Yennier Cano is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. One down, base is empty.
2. No balls, 2 strikes.
That misses the zone, and the count 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, the center fielder, Nathan Lucas.
And now for the Jays, Nathan Lucas. And the first pitch misses for ball one. And another ball. Two outs. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And now 2-2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, but they're on top 1-0. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman. A chance at his first save of the year. So back to the top of the order. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Colton Cowser. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. That one misses, and it's 1-0. And that drops in for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. The hat trick. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
And now Adley Rutschman. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Fought off foul. Now the 0-1.
0-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
1 down, base is empty. And that one fouled off. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the Orioles down to their final out.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Orioles down to their final out. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. 1 for 3. That's a strike, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. The Orioles down to their final strike. That's a little bit low.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Not close with that one. And the count's even at 2. Got him. And that's the ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
1-0 the final. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.